Hey there, Stampers. Welcome to day 4 of our 12 days of holiday tags, bags, and gift packaging ideas. Today we are going to take a plain, just paper bag, just a lunch bag, and we're going to pretty it up for some and use it as gift packaging. And we are going to use the Christmas Seasons bundle from the July to December 2021 mini catalog. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sherwood Park, Alberta, and I'm excited to be here to share this series of tags, bags, and gift packaging ideas with you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, first of all, I wanted to pretty up this edge just a little bit. So I was looking through my dies and I found this scalloped contour dies, these dies, and I love this edgelet. So I'm going to take it and I am going to die cut a scalloped edge to make it a little bit prettier. Because it is just a plain lunch sack, I just want to step it up kind of however I can. So I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine and I'm going to take my bag, put it on here, and then this is going to go, you do want to go sideways because obviously you don't want to fold the bag in half, because you'll end up with crease marks and you don't want to cut through all of the layers if it's folded in half. And then I'm just going to carefully put this on here. You can use some washi tape or a Post-it note to hold it in place. But I'm just going to keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't move. You do want your scallops going up like this. Initially, I almost put it in going the other way, and then I realized that if I did it that way, I'd end up with more like waves than scallops. Okay, so let's bring this back. I'll get this out of the way. All right, so this piece will go in the garbage, and then look at this. We've got this beautiful stitched scallop border to pretty up that plain paper bag. Okay, at this point, while you've got it flat, if you wanted to stamp the background, you could use Versamark, you could use craft or crumb cake ink, or you can use a colored ink. That's completely up to you. I chose to just keep this plain, and I'm going to make it pretty with a tag. All right, so I've got a 3 by 5 inch piece of the Painted Christmas DSP, and I'm going to use this pattern here. I'm just pulling out the rest of the things here and my notes so I don't forget. And I've got a piece of the red velvet, also from that mini catalog. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same scallop border die and I'm going to die cut that. That's going to give me something that looks like this. And I didn't necessarily need the whole thing because I just wanted to go across the top. And then I'm also going to take these dies, the seasonal label dies, and these berries, I'm going to cut those from a piece of felt as well. So I've got those two pieces cut from that red velvet, or not felt, velvet, sorry. And then we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So we're basically just getting all of our pieces ready first. I've got a scrap piece of garden green and some garden green ink. And I'm going to use the holly leaves from the Christmas season stamp. So this stamp right here. I'm going to ink that up with some garden green. Stamp that down on there. I probably should have my foam mat, but we'll just make sure we apply even pressure. There we go. And then we'll use the coordinating die, so this one right here, to die cut that. So we've got our two leaves. And then I've gone ahead and I've cut a scallop circle from Real Red cardstock and a solid circle from white cardstock. These are the third largest circle and scallop circle. And I'm going to bring in a greeting because there are no greetings in this stamp set. There is one, I believe it's called, now I can't remember, but there is a stamp set in that suite that does have a greeting, does have greetings, lots of greetings in it. But I chose to use this Warm Christmas Wishes from the Encircled in Warmth stamp set. So I'm going to use that with some Garden Green ink. Just make sure that's really nice and inked, and we're going to stamp it in the center of our circle. Again, just make sure that we've got even pressure so we get a nice crisp image. And now all of our stamping is done. We can go ahead and start assembling. So I'm going to start by flagging the end of this. And I prefer, because it's a little bit bigger, I'm going to use some longer bladed scissors. And I'm going to find the center, just eyeball it, doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to cut up about 1/2 inch. And then from either end, or either corner, I'm going to cut up to the middle. That will give me a relatively even flag. Okay, now we're going to grab our adhesive, and I'm going to put a strip of adhesive. Let's see here. There we go. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to center it so that my scallops are even on both sides. Line it right up with the top and then trim off the excess. Okay, now we can go ahead and adhere this to the center of our scallop circle. And then we'll use some dimensionals on the back of this. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this series. All of these projects are meant to help you prepare for the holidays and just give you ideas on how you can use stamps and, well, products from your collection as a paper crafter to step up your holiday gift giving. And they're all meant to be quick and easy because, you know, as we get closer to Christmas, we don't have a ton of time to spend on crafting. So if there's something that we can do in just a few minutes, then that's even better. So I took my bone folder and just kind of curled up those holly leaves just a little bit. Now I'm going to put a little bit of multi-purpose glue and kind of tuck it underneath here. And it's completely fine if it hangs over the edge because we're going to put this onto our gift bag. Overlap that one. Okay, and then these berries, I don't want all of them. This one feels like it's a little bit of an outcast, so I'm going to just kind of trim this one off. And I'm going to take a piece of a dimensional, so just a little piece here from the edge, and stick it on here. And then this is going to go on just like that. And now we're ready to attach this to our bag. So I'm going to bring back our bag. And what I'm going to do, so this is the front, this will be the back. I'm just going to fold this over. Use my bone folder to make it nice and crisp. And then I'm going to hold this in place. I'm not going to adhere anything. You could adhere it to the bag for sure, but I wanted to not adhere it so that if anybody wanted to reuse the tag or even reuse the whole gift packaging, they could. And I'm just going to take my pen and kind of make a mark. And then I'll take my 1/8 inch hole punch, slide it in, and punch a hole. Okay. Now I'm going to take some of this Old Olive and Pretty Peacock. Beautiful. It's kind of like a shimmery reversible ribbon. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to feed it through the holes. So starting at the front, going to the back, and then from the back through to the front. And you can see that I have my bag upside down for me. Just because of the way I tie my bows, I need to tie them upside down in order for the ends of my bow to go down. So I'm just going to take that, and I'm going to give this a little twist because I want more of the Old Olive showing than the Pretty Peacock. So by giving that a little twist, that will allow both of my loops to be that really pretty shimmery Old Olive pattern. All right, then we'll trim the ends. Oh, these aren't my ribbon scissors. I should have my ribbon scissors out. All right. And now we've got this really pretty packaging. So if you do a cookie exchange, this would be a great packaging to put your cookies in. If you give neighbor gifts or coworker gifts, you could tuck a little something in there. And I mean, it's a substantial size. It's a lunch bag size. So here it is open. So it gives you an idea. So isn't that fun? It's a great way to take the products that you already have on hand and a simple paper lunch sack and turn it into some sweet gift packaging. And then I happen to have in my stash a tiny little gift bag. So I did the scallop border in the back, and then I used the red felt for the label shape, and I used a different greeting from that Encircled in Warmth, added some gold ribbon. And I mean, this would be adorable. Just tuck in a few little Lindt chocolates or some of those Ghirardelli chocolates in there and leave those on a coworker's desk for a surprise over the holidays. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's project. I will see you again tomorrow.